is being developed and is at the final stage of being completed. The report gave rise to debates during which parliamentarians made observations and expressed concerns on the following. 1. Political situation in Niger. Issue of visibility in Ecowas actions. Construction of headquarters of community institutions. Status of development of the single currency. Communities' strategy to deter attempts at unconstitutional regime change in light of recent events in Sierra Leone and Guinea-Bissau. Common denominators of attempts to overthrow legitimate regimes. Status of discussions with countries which have experienced an unconstitutional change of power, namely Mali, Guinea, Burkina Faso, and Niger, for the restoration of constitutional order. Empowerment of the community's youth. Delayed availability of the Commission's report. Recruitment of Parliament staff. Administration of tickets for members of Parliament. Issue of free movement of persons and goods in the Ecowas region. Effectiveness of the ECO1 system or early warning system. The resolution aimed at increasing the rate of the community levy. Motion for support to the Liberian authorities following the presidential elections. To all these concerns expressed by the members of the parliament, the president of the commission gave clarifications. I don't know whether I should read all the responses. I can look at some of it. With regard to political situation in Niger, the president of the commission said that Ecowas does not recognize the military powers. They don't see it as legitimate, and they consider Mr. Mohamed Bazoum as the legal legitimate president of Niger. On the issue of visibility of actions of the community institutions, the president said there's a need to know, to make the population understand what ECOWAS is doing. With regards to the headquarters of various institutions, the president of the commission reassured the parliamentarians that all efforts are being made to ensure each institution has its headquarters. The deadline is set for 2025. With regard to the lateness in issue of single currencies, it's likely going to happen in 2027, and the lateness, the delay, is due to the public debt that has not been well handled. You can see that public debt in countries vary from country to country within the Ecowas region. With regards to the strategy to dissuade and deter the perpetrators of unconstitutional changes, the president assured the honorable parliamentarians that everything would be put in place to apply zero-tolerance policy to the said changes. With regards to the issue of the common denominators of attempts to overthrow legitimate regimes, President Toure said that the factors were multiple. He first identified those who spread false information on social networks, exploiting the population's economic difficulties and the pervasive geopolitical and geostrategic positions in West Africa. Then he also said that external forces help in destabilizing the powers within the sub-region. The president of the commission indicated that the community is also moving and to make sure that there is a constitutional order that is restored. regards to security, a contribution was given to Burkina Faso for the fight against terrorism. With regards to health, $1 million was allocated for the fight against dengue fever. With regards to empowerment of the youth of the community, the president said that within the community there is a program for young people and women within the community. The programs aim to strengthen intra-regional trade and reduce unemployment among young people and women. Regarding the delay in making the Commission's report available, President Toure said he would do all it takes to ensure the documents were made available to the Parliament on time. On the recruitment process at the Ecowas Parliament, the President of the Commission indicated that the process was devoid of any irregularity because it was conducted with complete fairness and transparency. Vacancies are published on the Ecowas website. Regarding the Auditor General's audit report, he disagreed with the conclusions because this report targeted a single case out of all the recruitment. He maintains that the Management Succession Committee is mandated to assign a person to another position, which is not legal, which is not illegal. Concerning the non-compliance with the plenary decisions by MP's transport costs, the President of the Commission affirmed that the concern had been addressed in a letter he had sent to the Speaker of the Parliament in good time. Regarding the free movement of persons and goods in the Ecowas region, the President of the Commission noted that specific difficulties had been reported to him. However, one possible solution is the biometric card promoting the free movement of persons and goods. He therefore urges members of Parliament to raise awareness among their respective countries' competent authorities for ratifying the ECOWAS directive relating to the biometric card. With regards to the effectiveness of the LEONE system or early warning system, the President of the Commission advocated the development of intelligence capacities to prevent coup d'etats in the region. Concerning the increase in the rate of the community levy, President Toure launched an appeal to parliamentarians to call on their respective states to remit the levies collected into the bank accounts opened for ECOWAS. Finally, regarding the motion of support for the Liberian authorities following the presidential elections, the President of the Commission informed members of Parliament that he had, on behalf of the community institutions, congratulated President-elect Joseph Boakai on his victory in the election and the outgoing President George Weah for his splendor of mind and soul in accepting the polls results. Another plenary took place on Friday, 1st December 2023, and it dealt.
This was discussed. 3 reports were presented by Nigeria, Cabo Verde, and Senegal. This session, the plenary session, was dedicated to the presentation and discussion of country reports. These reports were structured to encompass we can continue with the plenary of the 2nd of December 2023. This session was dedicated to the So the different projects were examined by the plenary, and these were adopted. The plenary was on the presentation, the country reports of Liberia, Togo, Sierra Leone, and Ghana. We also had, the report was also debated and they were adopted. The session of 2023 was on country report of Benin. This was presented by the Honorable Bako Alfari. This report was debated and adopted by the plenary. The plenary session of 2023 was also dedicated to the presentation by the International Organization for Migration, Friends of Earth. These two reports was an interactive session with the MPs, and the activities of these two organizations were discussed. The discussions were noted, and the themes were on migration and the environment. The next session was the one which took place on 8th of December. There also was an interactive session with the NGO and international organizations, UN Women and WACSOF. The MPs were also had a presentation by the international organization in order to understand the stakes and the activities of their work. There were no questions raised. We only had in contributions. The plenary session of there was an interactive session with the West African Civil Society Forum. This was on the parliamentary rule. There was also a presentation of the report, which was adopted. It was on recruitment and the non-disbursement of funds towards sensitization. Perhaps I'll move on to the payment of transportation allowance. On 192, on the payment of sensitization funds to the various delegations. The committee recommended the payment of these funds to the various delegations for the years 2020 to 2022. The payments of sensitization funds on 193, the committee recommended the payment of these funds to the various delegations for the years 2020 to 2022. The payment of these years should be the subject of budgetary programming. For the year 2023, the committee recommended that payments be made before the end of this session. On the recruitment of staff number 20012, the ad hoc committee recommended that the plenary instruct in order to ensure the compliance with Article 2 of the Ecowas staff regulations concern the improvement of this officer and all other staff members. The committee also recommended to the plenary a further investigation regarding this recruitment. Concerning that, as well as the different reports were presented through a debate, and these were adopted. The last plenary was that of Monday, 11th of December. This was dedicated to important issues in the community. The MPs raised lastly, the last session took place on the 13th of December 2023. It was dedicated to the closing ceremony of the session. So at the end of this closing speech, the Honorable Speaker of the Ecowas Parliament wished everyone goodbye. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you very much, Secretary General. Honorable members, do you have any observations to make on the draft report? Can you please give her the mobile mic? One is here, my mic is here. Can somebody please pass it on?
Thank you very much. Mr. Speaker, my concern is the payments for sensitization. In the report, it says that payment should be backdated. I can't see how that can be possible because budgets cannot be rolled over. Thank you.
Can you go over, please go over it again. No, give it back to her. Can, Honorable, can you please go over that? I didn't get it clearly. You said payment should be what?
What I'm saying is that the recommendation states that the payment should be made from 2022. And what my concern is how can that be possible? Because budgets have already been submitted, and the budget at the end of the year it cannot be rolled over to a following year.
Recommendation. I hope we get it.
Yeah.
That recommendation should take effect from 2022.
Okay, that's what the report says.
Yes, that's what the report says.
Okay, but she said that's not possible because...
It cannot be rolled over.
Yeah. Well, Honorable Member, this is just a report. I think if I get it right, this is what obtained at that time. This is what, I think they took it verbatim, what members were saying at that time. The resolutions may have not been that one, but those were probably comments from the membership. And I still remember there were a couple of MPs, honorable members, who were asking for the backlog. Even though, as if I get it right, I remember, I don't know whether it was DAF or the Secretary General who informed members that they don't have rollover when it comes to budget issues. But that will be taken into consideration, definitely. Your observation will be noted. Any other comments? Honorable Kone.
Merci, Monsieur le Président. Monsieur le Président, dans les recommandations du rapport de la synthèse des travaux, à page 7, il y a des recommandations à la fonction des États membres de la CEDEAO. À la page 7, donc, et le deuxième point des recommandations à la fonction des États membres de la CEDEAO, il est écrit légiférer dans le sens de lever au rang de crimes indescriptibles toute exploitation minière illégale passible de peine de perpétuité surtout pour les commanditaires et les auteurs étrangers de ce crime dans l'espace CEDEAO.
Honorable, please. At the moment we are dealing with the session report. We'll come back to the seminar later on. But the debate for now is for the session. The debate ici pour la session, rapport la session. Pas le séminaire. Yeah, pas le séminaire.
Merci, Monsieur le Président.
Ouais. Any other comments on the session report? Yes, Honorable Sama.
Mr. Speaker.
Wait for the mic, please.
Mr. Speaker, in one of the sessions, when the Arab Committee presented its report, I told this House that I had a LEONE report. In the following session, I was prevented from laying my report. I want the reason to be stated clearly in this report. Why was the LEONE report leaked? It's not clearly stated. The reason should be recorded. Thank you.
Thank you very much. That will also be
Secretary General, please note that. Any other comments? He was talking about the minority report. Any other comments?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Your Excellency, the Speaker, members of Bureau, respected colleagues. My comment is regarding the last presenter. I think when he says he was prevented, it's like something was done unholy. You were asked not to present the report because I remember that day I was the person that here. Based on regulations. It was based on regulations, so nobody prevented you. But the regulation wasn't in your favor. Please, let's put the record straight. Thank you very much.
Okay, that is also noted. Secretary General, please take that into consideration. Any other comments regarding the report, the session reports? Who is on the floor? I've not given floor to anyone. Okay, yes, please go ahead.
Thank you. Mr. Speaker, since it's just a report, and I think everything needs to be included in the report. During the last session as well, an annual committee that you established to look into the recruitment issue, we also made mention that our report should be incorporated with this new annual committee's report, and this is not reflected in the report.
Okay, thank you very much, Honorable Fatmata Njai. Secretary General, please take that into consideration. I still remember that. I think she was the person, in fact, who stated that we should they should be allowed to lay the report of the Indumi report, and I moved and instructed at that time that that Indumi report should be merged with this other report. Any other comments, please? Honorable members, in the absence of any other comments, I now submit the draft report presented for adoption by the plenary as
President.
yeah, okay, Atan, please, please, not yet, oh, not yet, not yet, Atan.
Sim. Obrigado, presidente, colegas deputados, membros da mesa. Bom, eu
We debated about recruitment in this report, because if this report is approved, that means we've approved also the recruitment. Please, I would like the speaker to speak further on this. Thank you.
I believe what we have here is a verbatim report of what obtained at our session. That is the reason why, in fact, you hear MPs making their remarks. For example, Honorable Sama made a statement that he was supposed to lay a minority report, but he was not allowed, which also has now been corrected by the First Deputy Speaker. We have also heard the Honorable Fatmata Njai from Gambia, who have also said yes. She also moved at the time that their report, that is the Indumi report, should be laid, that we should allow them to lay that report. Of course, at the time, I instructed that the Indumi report will be merged with this particular report, the new ad hoc committee report. That was my decision at the time. And I want to also, especially for the attention of Honorable Fatmata Njai, to understand that the Indumi report was presented to me by the chairman himself, Senator Indumi. If you recall, honorable members, when the issue of recruitment came in the Ecowas Parliament, in consultation with the Bureau, I put a hold on the entire recruitment process, and then set up the Indumi committee. That committee reported back to me. At the time, I asked them to also lay the report of that committee, but based on the findings of that committee, I gave instructions for the recruitments to go ahead. And they went ahead. In fact, some of those people who were recruited at that time, they have been in office for over 1 year already. They have been recruited and they have been in office for over 1 year. So on the issue of the Indumi report, those ones that are concerned, that has direct bearing on the G to P4 positions, were already dealt with. So I don't know whether, I have not seen the report yet, this report now, whether, like we said yesterday, they should merge the two reports. Whether that has been done, I'm not sure yet. Until the reports are submitted, you cannot preempt at all. We can only have discussions with the committee members, but I cannot preempt. Yes, Honorable, who is that? Linda.
Mr. Speaker, thank you for the report to me. It's not a correction, Mr. Speaker. We have a report. We have the current report of the latest action. I was a member of the ad hoc committee that was chaired by Legislature, and I can tell you that our report is not incorporated.
It's not. Please, can you?
One. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. I've had the opportunity of reading the one that's supposed to be presented today. I can tell you authoritatively that our report is not incorporated in this one. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker.
Can we? Please. Can you take note of what Honorable Linda has just said? Honorable members, what we are doing at the moment, please, just hold on a minute. Please. Just hold on a minute. Just hold on. Just hold on a minute. We have a report, honorable members. What we have here before us is a report of the session, the draft report of the session in Abuja. I open the floor for debate on that report, more or less for corrections, issues that probably should have been in the report that are not in the report. It's not the content of the report that we are discussing at the moment. I just want to make sure we look at it that way. On the issue of recruitment, we already have an ad hoc committee that is going to report later on. After they report later, we will determine whether the two reports have been merged or, in fact, like I was discussing with some of our colleagues yesterday, whether they've done a good job or they have not done a good job. We will be in a position to determine that. But as it is right now, I think we should just try to see how we can take note of all of these observations that are being made, because they are also very important for the records. Because if we are going to adopt the report, the adoption is going to also incorporate all of the comments that you are making now. Yes, Honorable Linda.
So sorry, Mr. Speaker. I think the situation here is, during the last session, you did say that the two reports must be merged. Okay? You are not a member of that committee.
Yes.
I am a member of that committee.
Okay.
I can authoritatively tell you that the report is not incorporated in this one, so I don't understand.
Do you think we should even talk about it now? We have not reached that stage yet.
We can look at it and see if it is incorporated. It is not incorporated.
Okay, thank you. Can we allow the First Deputy Speaker? Okay.
No, I'm coming on the same point of procedure. Mr. Speaker, respected colleagues, I met Linda in the Parliament. She was there 4 years before I got into Parliament. But she knows that the procedure she's talking about is never obtained in any Parliament. If you have a committee to work, the committee are duty-bound to do their duty based on the votes and proceedings of that particular moment. If there's need for us to harmonize, it is not at that stage to harmonize. Yes. Otherwise, you have to bring the two committees to go and sit together, because what they did and their terms of reference are different. And if you now want to say, go and harmonize, on what terms are they harmonizing? Thank you, sir.
Let me just make a clarification again. Honorable members, we have two committees here. The ad hoc committee, the current ad hoc committee had a mandate from the plenary to look at the response from the president of the commission. And that response was in connection of two issues only. One, there was a P5 job issue, and number two, the lump sum payment. And of course, I added a third one, which was the sensitization, for them to look at. They had done their work already, though not completed. But then, at the time they were supposed to make a report in Abuja, Honorable Famata Njai also came up with the idea that we should also allow them to lay their report, which was the Indumi report, which was dealing with the recruitment of the entire parliament, their committee. So now that we have the report, the draft report, my suggestion would be, if there is anything concerning the ad hoc committee reports, let us wait until we get to that point where we will be talking about the ad hoc committee reports. At that time, we will determine whether, in fact, the reports have been merged. We will determine everything concerning those particular reports. Yes, Honorable Tonkara.
Honorable Speaker, thank you very much for being here. Honorable Speaker, I think we have to be hard for the horse. Procedurally, very hard. we are here to look at what you call compile an answer report. The proceedings that transpired in Abuja to look at them, whether those are the ones that are said. The SG medical, contractual issues of my contractual the report should be discussed now. It should wait until when the report. But now let's focus on option of the marketing report of the city of Abuja and put your vote and proceed. Looking at the mandate, I want to bring up, but I can assure you, the our committee looked at the entire thing. So people should bring up, allow the process to flow, when we get there, also thank you very much.
Yeah, but let me just make a correction based on what you just said. It's a verbatim report. It's the same thing I've said before. This is a verbatim report. So because there are issues that were not captured in a verbatim report, that's why I put it to the floor. So members can always bring those issues that are not captured in the verbatim report. The reason for that is that when you adopt the report and those issues are not incorporated into the report, then it becomes a problem in the future. That is why I want to make sure that honorable members listen to the report. If there are issues that they felt that were not captured in the report, they will bring it up and the Secretariat will take note of it. The issues in the report itself, for example, the other committees or those other committees, we are not dealing with those issues at the moment at all. We are only dealing with the verbatim report at the moment. Yes, Honorable Soklingbe.
Merci beaucoup, Monsieur le Président. Monsieur le Président, je voudrais vous remercier parce que au début de la direction des travaux ce matin, j'ai bien salué vos qualités de direction. Je voudrais une fois encore remercier le premier vice-président parce que je l'avais dit, c'était à Ouida, que le premier vice-président m'inspirait beaucoup parce que plein de qualités de potentiel, plein de valeurs. Je crois que, comme mon collègue l'a dit, si nous voulons tirer le diable par la queue, nous allons tirer le diable par la queue. Si nous voulons mettre les charrues devant les bœufs, nous allons les mettre devant les bœufs. Mais si nous voulons faire un travail conséquent, un travail que nous ferons, je voudrais attirer l'attention de nos collègues pour qu'on fasse sérieusement attention parce que si une tête rasée, on ne peut jamais trouver de nom. Il faudrait qu'on fasse sérieusement attention.
Especially what you have just said, what Tonkara has said, what I have said, is we are all saying the same thing. So, Honorable, do you have anything different from what this? Okay, can you come out?
I listened to you just now. You sort of told this house about the terms of reference in Aaron. And on that day, what will be?
Honorable Mayor, we are not dealing with the report.
I know.
We are only dealing. Yes.
What you have said, I'm sure we can beat. 217. I want to reply to 217 of this report. And I want the speaker to read where you said 217.
Where is the report?
That was the mandate of the arrow 217. What you have said is different from 217.
My brother.
217. Look at 217.
Okay. What you should do, can you keep paragraph 217, the 217 that you are referring to? Just keep it. When we get to the report of the ad hoc committee, then you can bring it up. You can challenge the ad hoc committee. You will, but just remember that you will also be challenging yourself because you are a member of that committee. All right, thank you. All right, thank you. Honorable members.
What did
No,
I
not
say?
you.
No, I'm
No,
looking for
not
this, sir.
you. Not you, not you. He's not talking about, he's talking about the committee itself. It's not you.
No, he's not
Honorable
challenging
members.
the deputy speaker.
No, he's not challenging you. Honorable members, let us proceed. I now submit the draft report presented for adoption by the plenary with amendments. Adopted? Honorable members, we will come back to the outcome document on the illegal mining operations and its implication on the Ecowas region. We had a report already. We will now give the floor to the Secretary General for the draft resolution on theme of the parliamentary seminar.
Merci, Monsieur le Président. Monsieur le Président, nous avons ici le projet de résolution du Parlement de la CEDEAO sur l'exploitation minière illégale dans l'espace CEDEAO, qui vous est présenté suite donc au séminaire dont les résultats vous ont été livrés. Le Parlement de la CEDEAO, réuni au cours de sa première session extraordinaire de l'année 2024, tenue du 6 au 8 février 2024 à FREETOWN-SIERRA, LEONE, vu l'article 13 révisé portant création du Parlement de la CEDEAO, vu, je passe aux considérations. Considérant que l'exploration des ressources
exploration of mineral resources will contribute the export of member states. That is to say that the exploration and mining of mineral resources and the added value of such resources will make a significant contribution to member states' exports and represent an important source of foreign exchange. Considering the conclusions and recommendations of the parliamentary seminar on illegal mining implications in the Ecowas region, held in Freetown-SIERRA from 30 January to 2nd February 2024, deliberated on and adopted at its meeting on 7th February 2024 the resolution, which is as follows: calls on member states to legislate to criminalize or increase penalties and sanctions for illegal mining, especially for foreign sponsors and perpetrators within the region, ensure the effective application of existing laws to combat illegal mining, develop strategies to raise awareness of illegal mining at all levels of society, focusing on local communities, then put in place an effective mechanism to monitor the entire artisanal mining chain and set up permanent consultation structures between the institutions in charge of the sector, miners, and the communities. Designate a zone exclusively for artisanal and small-scale mining for a period. Strengthen collaboration between mining authorities, law enforcement agencies, and relevant government bodies to effectively detect and combat illegal mining. Put in place robust surveillance systems to track the movement of minerals from mine sites to market, to make it difficult for clandestine mineral resources to enter the supply chain. Finally, to make all exports of mining resources conditional on added value and, at best, local processing in order to boost industrialization in Ecowas. Ecowas the Parliament urges the Ecowas Commission to accelerate the harmonization of laws and strategies to combat illegal mining in the Ecowas region and in relation to the exploration, mining and marketing of natural resources. Invest in research and prospecting of mineral resources in order to have exhaustive data on the mineral resources of member countries. Assist member countries to map and take stock of their resources in order to plan how best to exploit them for the benefit of the populations. Instruct the Speaker to forward this resolution to the President of the Ecowas Commission, done in Freetown, 6th February 2024, plenary. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Thank you, Mr. Secretary General. Respected colleagues, the document hereby submitted for your observation.
Mr. Secretary General and those who work on it, I don't understand when you call on member states to first, legislate to criminalize or increase penalties and sanctions for illegal mining, especially for foreign sponsors and perpetrators within the Ecowas region. I don't understand what you mean by foreign sponsors. Pardon? When you say foreign sponsors, is it outside the West African, so we can tolerate ourselves if we are sponsoring that, or you are referring to, that's what I'm trying to, so that we come out with a very clean document. Secretary General.
Monsieur le Président, merci de nous donner la parole. Là, dans la résolution, le premier point qui est
recommendations from the seminar. It's asking to urge Ecowas member states to make laws in the area of mining and also to highlight those who are coming from foreign countries and are mining on our grounds. We are saying that they should intensify the penalties on those of foreign stakeholders, foreign miners who come into our countries. Thank you, Honorable Speaker. I don't want to be too controversial, but as far as I'm concerned, we need to safeguard for the collective interest of all.
Irrespective of the fact that whether somebody comes from outside the region, sub-region or within the sub-region, we should be seen to be doing the right thing. Thank you. Adopted? Thank you. You still have?
Yes.
Sama?
Yes, on that 17
No, this is the resolution. He is going back to the report. We are adopting the resolution.
17.
Pardon? You don't have a mic with you?
I
At least speak to the mic.
17.
Thank you very much. Adopted. Thank you. Respected colleagues, next is a presentation of experts on the book authored by the Right Honorable Speaker titled Ecowas 5th Legislature in Pursuit of Direct Election. And I give the floor to the Secretary General to present experts of the book authored by the Right Honorable Speaker titled Ecowas 5th Legislature in Pursuit of Direct Election. Mr. Secretary General, you have the floor.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I have here the executive summary of the book by the Honorable Speaker. The title is Ecowas.
Honorable Speaker,
We don't have the copy of the book, of the summary version. Do you have the book? We don't have it.
small group.